Hi, Terry VanNoy. Welcome to Math Class with Terry V. Hope this video helps you out, and if you enjoy it, please share it, comment, or like it. And you can also go to my website, MathPowerLine.com. It's a math resource blog, lesson videos for students, and other resources for parents and teachers. Give me a call or go to my website or email. All right, let's go to today's lesson.
All right, let's take a look at in section 8.1, the Altitude Theorem. This theorem says that the geometric mean is formed from the altitude EG. Now, when you say geometric mean, we're talking about putting it in these two places in a proportion, bottom left, upper right. The theorem says that the altitude EG is the geometric mean between DG and GF. Okay? However, let's look at it a different way. I'm going to make a dashed line to represent the geometric mean part. That's the altitude. And when you draw that altitude, you separated the hypotenuse into two parts. The altitude is the geometric mean between those two parts. Now let's look at a real example. Here is a right triangle with an altitude drawn from the right angle, and it's separating the hypotenuse into two parts. We have on one side that's 9 and another side that's 4. According to our theorem, it says that the altitude EG is the geometric mean between the 9 and the 4. So I'm going to write my proportion, and remember that the altitude EG is going to be the geometric mean between the 9 part and the 4 part. So this is what our proportion is going to look like. If I assign the value of x to the unknown altitude, the x is going to go lower left, upper right. And the 9 and the 4 will fill out the rest of the proportion. Now we're going to cross multiply and solve. X times x and 9 times 4. X times x is x squared. 9 times 4 is 36. We're going to take the square root of both sides. And of course my answer is going to be 6. So the altitude would have to be 6 units long. Now you try the next example. We have a right triangle DEF with the altitude drawn from E to G, and the altitude is unknown. We'll call that x, and the leg y is also needing to be solved. The hypotenuse is split into two parts, 5 and 2. Go ahead and hit pause and try this. By the theorem that we call the altitude theorem, the altitude is the geometric mean between the two parts of the hypotenuse. We know that we can write the proportion where x is in the lower right and lower left, upper right, because it's the geometric mean between the 5 and the 2. When we cross multiply, I get x squared equals 10, and x would be the square root of 10, or about 3.16. So the altitude is 3.16. Now we know two of the three sides of the triangle based on this side and this side and this side. Again, just to kind of simplify our drawing, we have a 3.16 side, we have a 2 side, and we're looking for y. Use the Pythagorean theorem because that is a right triangle, and we know 2 out of the 3 sides. So 3.16 squared plus 2 squared equals y squared. 3.16 squared is about 9.98. Notice that it's close to 10 because it was radical 10. Plus 4 equals y squared. Add that up, we get 13.98 equals y squared. The square root of both sides is 3.7.
All right, there you have it. I invite you to go to my website now, MathPowerLine.com, or email me or give me a call. The way I work best with students is live online in my classroom. So if I can help you in any way, answer some specific questions, the first lesson with me is free as I show you how everything works. All right, study hard and take care.